Here we are back with the next listening and college readiness lesson. So the first thing I want you to do is to listen to this particular CD track.
Unit 7.
No looking.
Page 85. Exercises 2A and 2B. Part 1.
Excuse me, do you work here? Yes. Do you need some help? Where do I take this thing? What have you got there? It's a camera, a digital camera. I'd like to get my money back if possible. Okay. If you want a refund, you need to talk to somebody in customer service. See that guy who's wearing a red tie over there? He'll help you. Thank you.
Part 2. Who's next?
Hi. I want to return this camera that I bought. I'd like to get my money back.
You bought it here? Do you have the receipt?
The receipt? Just a minute. Here it is.
Okay, that's good. Is the camera defective?
What do you mean, defective?
Well, is there something wrong with it? Doesn't it work?
Oh, no, it's not broken or anything. I just don't like it.
What's the problem?
It's the screen.
The screen?
Yeah, the screen is too small. A few days ago, I was taking pictures. It was a sunny day, and I couldn't see the picture in the screen. Maybe it's my eyes.
No, I don't think it's your eyes. That screen is kind of small. So did you want to exchange it for another camera?
I'm not sure. Is it possible to get my money back?
Well, let me look at that receipt again. You got this on the 5th, and today is the 20th. So it's been 15 days. Our policy for a refund is that you have to bring it back within 10 days. So, sorry, no refund.
No, I didn't know about the 10 days.
Now, for an exchange, you have 30 days if the merchandise is in perfect condition.
Oh, it's just like new. I only used it a couple of times. Here, see for yourself.
Yeah, you're right. Looks okay to me. Is everything in the box?
I think so. Like I said, I hardly used the camera. Here's the case that came with it. And here's the instruction book and the warranty card and all the papers.
Okay, great. Why don't I keep this camera here while you look around the store?
You mean I have to choose another camera today? I'm kind of in a hurry.
Well, if you want, I could just give you a store credit instead. With a store credit, you can come back and shop anytime.
Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I can bring my nephew with me next time I come. He knows a lot about cameras.
Okay, let me get you a store credit.
I really appreciate all your help.
No problem.
Okay, so that was from Unit 7. And answer the questions to see how much you heard and understood. So, what kind of camera did Rosa buy? A digital camera. Number 2, what was the problem? Using a complete sentence, please, and speaking out loud. Yeah. So the place where she looked into the camera was too small. The screen was too small, right, for her. And the date purchased, I wasn't paying attention, but I'm sure you understood that part. And today's date, actually, I have it written down. It was the 5th. And today's date was the 20th. So what is the store policy for refunds? Anybody remember that? 10 days. Do you think that's a short period of time or a long period of time for refunds? I think it's a short period of time for refunds too. What about the store policy for exchanges? How long is that? 30 days. Okay. Does anyone know of more liberal refund or exchange policy? not a political term. Liberal can mean a political term, liberal or a conservative, but here the word liberal means a more generous store return policy. You have a longer period of time to do that. So it's some stores have very short periods of time, 10 days. I know that Target, it's 30 days. Walmart, I think it's 30 days, but places like Macy's or TJ Maxx or Marshall's, they usually have a 3-month or a 90-day return policy. Okay, so that was the listening exercise. So now I would like us to go to the college readiness, college and career readiness, and we're going to do page 154. Back of the book, page 154. Look at the title, then read the first sentence in each paragraph. What is the article about? Read and find out. So the title is Amazing Bargains on Internet Auction Sites. Number 1 sentence, would you like to buy a new pair of sneakers for $6.99? Notice they are beginning this with a question, which makes it a very unusual beginning, but also very intriguing. It actually sounds more like a commercial, doesn't it, than a regular paragraph. Okay, how about headphones for $3.50 or a leather coat for $20? In the past, you could only find bargains or discounts like these at thrift stores, flea markets, and garage sales. Nowadays, however, you can find them easily and conveniently at an internet auction website. So can anyone name an internet auction website? What's the biggest one? eBay, right? eBay. Next, in an auction, people who want to buy the same item bid against each other. That is, they compete or try to win the item by offering more and more money. Is that true in a regular auction, at a live in-person auction? Yes. So anybody ever been to an auction? A live auction? What are 2 ways that you can bid at a live auction? You hold up your card with your number. When you come into the auction, you're given a piece of paper with a number on it. So every time you hold it up, that means you're raising the bid. Okay. So in an auction, people who want to buy the same item bid against each other. That is, they compete or try to win the item by offering more and more money. The winner is the person who offers the highest price. In 1995, a clever immigrant to the United States named Pierre Omidyar had the brilliant idea of starting an auction site on the internet. He named it eBay, and eBay has become one of the largest and most successful online auction sites, although there are many others. You can buy almost anything at an online auction. There is practical everyday merchandise like car parts, children's clothing, laptops, books, and sports equipment. There are collector's items like rare and unusual stamps, glass animals, valuable old photographs, or comic books. And then there are the strange off-the-wall items that have sold on the internet auction sites. A 10-year-old grilled cheese sandwich that showed the head of the Virgin Mary, which sold for $28,000 in 2004. And the entire town of Albert, Texas, which sold for $3.8 million in 2007. You can sell almost anything at internet auction site. Is your garage full of worthless old junk? Sell it online to the highest bidder. Do you have an old smartphone or computer that you aren't using anymore? Price them cheaply and someone is sure to bid on them. Millions of people utilize online auction sites every day to sell their unwanted items. Notice that is in quotation marks. Many people have even started lucrative online auction businesses that earn hundreds or even thousands of dollars each month. Since 1995, online auction sites have become enormously popular. As an example, eBay has almost 150 million registered users in 30 countries. Of course, there are some disadvantages to shopping at online auctions. You cannot touch the merchandise you are buying, and after you buy something, there is often a limited refund period. However, the convenience of the sites and the possibility of finding bargains are the reasons why millions of people buy and sell regularly at internet auctions. How many people have ever sold something on eBay or an auction site? Have you ever purchased something on eBay or an auction site? So the interesting thing is that I thought about doing that because I have some old antique fabric and vintage dresses, but you have to package these things. And if something's heavy, you have to have a scale, right, to figure out how much postage you're going to need. And also, if you have something large and cumbersome, you're going to have to pack it carefully. You don't want it to be broken in transit. What do I mean in transit? What does trans mean? Trans means across. So it's related to transportation. So it's while it is moving. Transit means from one place to another, moving from one place to another. So if something is in transit, it's either on a truck, on a boat, on a plane, going somewhere. Okay. So page 155, check your understanding. What is the main idea of the article? Buying and selling online. How do internet auction sites work? You post things. Well, what's the first thing you have to do with your item? Take a picture of it. Then you have to decide how much it's worth, right? Then you have to go and register at eBay and set up an account. Then you have to decide how much money you want and how long you're going to wait. And actually, there are also two other ideas to keep in mind when you go to eBay. One is a fixed price and one is an auction price. So you don't have to sell it at auction. You can just say, this is the price, this is how much I want, and put it up on the site. Okay. And then people bid against each other. And whoever gets the highest bid in the period of time that they designate, that's the person who gets the auction piece. Describe one well-known auction site that the article talks about. Well, we've been talking about that, right? And that's right. What are some of the things that people can buy on internet auction sites? Cars, clothing, silverware, tiles, household items, anything. Read the last paragraph. Do you think the author is in favor of internet auction sites? Let's read. Since 1995, online auction sites have become enormously popular. As an example, eBay has almost 150 million registered users in 30 countries. Of course, there are some disadvantages to shopping at online auctions. You cannot touch the merchandise you are buying, and after you buy something, there is often a limited refund period. However, the convenience of the sites and the possibility of finding bargains are the reasons why millions of people buy and sell regularly at internet auctions. So do you think he's in favor? I don't think I would be able to say one way or the other. I think he's just stating the facts, and his opinion is not readily apparent as to whether he thinks it's good or a positive or a negative thing. That's my opinion, and that's only my opinion. Right? Okay, next, build your vocabulary. Find the words in column 1 in the paragraphs indicated and underline them. Which words are positive? Which words are negative? Write the clue that helped you guess. Number 1, the word is conveniently in paragraph 1. Let's read that sentence. Nowadays, however, you can find them easily and conveniently at an auction website. What is the clue? Easily. Is it positive or negative? Positive. Number 2, brilliant. What's the sentence? In 1995, a clever immigrant to the United States named Pierre Omidyar had a brilliant idea of starting an auction site on the internet. What word do you think is the clue? Clever. Positive or negative? Positive. Okay, next one, practical. Let's read the sentence. There is practical everyday merchandise like car parts, children's clothing, laptops, books, and sports equipment. What is the clue to understanding what practical might mean? Every day. And is it positive or negative? To me, it was neither, but I would say more positive than negative. Okay, number 4, off the wall. Sentence, and then there are the strange off-the-wall items that have sold on internet auction sites. A 10-year-old grilled cheese sandwich that showed the head of the Virgin Mary, which sold for $28,000 in 2004, in the entire town of Albert, Texas, which sold for $3.8 million in 2007. What is the clue? Strange. Is it positive or negative? I think it could be either one, right? I mean, it could be positive, it could be negative. Okay, number 5, junk. The sentence, you can also sell almost anything at an internet auction site. Is your garage full of worthless old junk? What is the clue? Worthless. So is this positive or negative? Worthless is a negative word, isn't it? Okay, and the last one, lucrative. What is the sentence? Many people have even started lucrative online auction businesses that earn hundreds or even thousands of dollars each month. So what is the clue? Hundreds or thousands, positive or negative? Positive. Okay. B, find each of the following academic words in the article and underline the sentence. And it says, give the dictionary definition. So enormously, to a large degree, or extremely. Equipment, things that you can use. Immigrant, person from another country. Items, things. Utilize, use. That's right. So there we have it. This is the end of this section. We have one more.